News 4 Today, working for you.
Good morning. Happening today, it is round 2 of the NFL Draft, but that's not the only thing coming to Nashville. We have several events. We're giving you the scoop on today, what you need to know straight ahead.
And we're live on Lower Broadway and at Nissan Stadium. We've got team coverage this morning. What to expect if you're coming out here to the madness in Lower Broadway downtown or at the stadium. That's all coming up.
So much excitement for you. Happy Friday, everybody. Time to rise and shine. We're at 6:31, and we're feeling really good out there. A nice start to your morning. We're checking in with meteorologist Laura Bannon for the very latest. We've got so many folks trying to make plans.
I don't know. I heard some grumblings earlier from the guys out downtown. They were complaining that they were cold.
Needed a jacket.
It's 60 degrees. All right, but I will give you this one because we do have the wind out there, and that's definitely a big factor, and that's going to set the stage for the rest of the day. And we are tracking some light rain showers this morning, real-time red. We see some light showers that's strolling across 65 this morning. Very, very, very light, but notice the trend. That's sinking out farther toward the east of 65 this morning. Let's move in closer. We'll take the tour. Areas like Hendersonville and south through Mount Juliet, Lebanon this morning. Seeing some light rain in your backyard. We extend near the state line right through Kentucky. That's where we see some lighter rain showers in Westmoreland and Lafayette this morning. Definitely want to have the rain gear before you head out the door, but you won't need it all day long. 60 degrees, a west-northwest wind at 8 miles per hour, higher gusts on top of that. We're certainly going to feel the wind crank up over the next several hours. By 10 o'clock, a brighter sky, 63. Early afternoon, we're at 68 with temps in the low 70s by the end of the day. The sunshine will certainly be a nice treat, but the wind, not so nice. 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts pushing near 30, 35 miles per hour at times. The winds will relax tonight. It's going to get a little bit cool out there. We'll talk about how low temps go in my forewarned forecast when I return at 6:49. Melanie?
All right, thanks, Laura. It's 6:32 right now, and a forewarned traffic alert for folks out on I-24 right there on that downtown loop this morning. We have a crash working here, blocking off right lanes of traffic. TDOT crews wanting you to move over so they can assist with this crash here. This is going to be just after the Shelby Avenue exit and just before you get to where 24 and 40 meet up together. That's just your east little bank there of downtown Nashville. Notice there's some backup behind it. That's because of that lane being blocked, and TDOT crews wanting you to move over. That clear time is 7 o'clock this morning. Another one here on 65 southbound where it meets up with 24 eastbound. Just after Trinity Lane, we actually have 2 crashes right behind each other, one after another. Also, your clear time there, 7 o'clock this morning. This one here on I-40, this is going to be your westbound lanes at Interstate 840 in Lebanon. Still working here. Another hour or so to go on this. This is a FedEx truck that ran off the roadway. You'll notice there a lane blocked. Not going to be cleared up for another good hour or so. We're going to be watching this one closely for you, and I'll have more details on how it's affecting your drive time when I come back here in just a little bit.
Melanie, thank you. Hey, happening today. Here we go. Today is day 2 for the NFL Draft as Music City prepares to welcome thousands back to Broadway. My friend Chris Miller, he is back on Broadway at the Underground. And Chris, the excitement in Nashville is not letting up.
Oh, man, you can really feel it. You know, it's exciting to just be here right now with the draft stage behind me, and I'm looking up Lower Broadway right now all the way to 5th, and I mean, compared to last night, it's completely empty. 200,000 people, wall-to-wall people last night, and this morning all you're seeing is crews out here getting ready, getting prepared for the madness that will come later this evening. Hey, if you're coming out here to the draft or if you're just watching at home and you want to know what's going on, let me run through the schedule of events for you. It all starts at noon today. That's over at Nissan Stadium across the Cumberland River with the NFL Draft Experience. This is where you can get the player autographs, where you can take part in those NFL drills, and you can just get fully involved. It's a free family event. You can take the kids out and everything else to enjoy that. And then right back here on Lower Broadway on 1st and Broad is the draft tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock tonight with rounds 2 and 3. They'll get through both of those rounds before they bring up Tim McGraw for the free concert tonight on Lower Broadway. That is going to be bananas. It's going to be packed. Immediately following that, it's going to be late tonight, Cody. They're going to have a fireworks show, and we're bringing you in because we need your perspective on the weather. It's got to be clear and hopefully a little warmer than it is now.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be a lot different than yesterday. Right at 7 o'clock when the draft began last last night. Big blast of rain came on through. Thankfully, we're not going to be dealing with that as we head into rounds 2 and 3 this evening. It does start an hour earlier at 6 p.m. Temperatures around then around 68 degrees. The wind's still out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour, so that will provide us with a bit of a bite to the air. And then as we head closer to 8, 9 o'clock, we'll be back down to the upper 50s and low 60s. After sunset tonight, with those cool conditions, with the wind still around 5 to 10 miles an hour and out of the north, you'll be thankful that you brought at least a light jacket. So be sure to grab that before you come on down here a little later tonight, Chris.
All right, good stuff. You're going to want the jacket for sure. Don't pack your jacket in a backpack because you're not allowed to bring that down. So whether you're coming to Nissan Stadium or Lower Broadway, there's an area you're going to have to get through, and there's certain items they won't let you in with. So I want to run through that right now. Yes, the jacket, you're going to need that. Cody said that, but you can't bring backpacks, coolers, outside beverages. You can bring a empty reusable water bottle if you want to have that with you. Don't bring any pets or wagons or bicycles or electric scooters down inside the draft area or the NFL experience. They won't let you in with those things. So there's going to be issues with the traffic, and we're going to talk to Melanie about that in just a moment. But we want to get down to Alexandria Adams, who's hanging out right down on Lower Broadway right now, and will give us some perspective on what's coming later tonight.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We're here again on the streets of Broadway, and as you can see, looks a lot different from what it did last night, with some 200,000 people standing here above right here looking at the NFL draft stage. As you can take a look at this video, this is what the scene looked like last night. Again, 200,000 fans out here over at Nissan Stadium at the NFL experience. Tim McGraw, though, is taking the stage tonight. That's going to be the big performance happening this Friday. Around 9:30, he'll be taking that stage, and then there will be a fireworks display right after that, and that'll be here on that main stage. And then tomorrow night, the fun does not end there. Dierks Bentley will perform with more fireworks to follow that. Again, all of this is free, so definitely a fun and family event that you're going to want to bring everyone out to. Now, the areas where you can catch all of this action are along Broadway between 2nd and 5th Avenues, 2nd Avenue between Broadway and Commerce Street, and then, of course, the Music City Walk of Fame Park. So a lot of things taking place, but we've made it very easy for you. We have all of this listed on our website and the News 4 app, and the website is WSMV.com. Back to you guys.
All right, so we mentioned traffic just a minute ago. It could be a little bit of a problem if you're coming down to this area, downtown or over at Nissan Stadium. So let's kick it back to the studio. Melanie Layden is talking about everything traffic as it pertains to the draft. Hey, Melanie.
Hey, Chris, that's right. Lots of road closures downtown with this NFL draft. That's because car traffic's not going to be able to get by because that big stage is right there on the main drag of 1st and Broadway. You're going to see Broadway closed off from 1st Avenue down to 5th Avenue. That's right in front of Bridgestone Arena. But keep in mind, tomorrow and Sunday, that will also include 6th Avenue, just past Bridgestone. We also have 1st Avenue, closed down from Church Street over to Korean Veterans Boulevard, as well as some sections of Demonbreun, Commerce, 2nd and 3rd Avenues as well. If you're over near Nissan Stadium, closures around the stadium still in place. One of those does include South 1st Street down to South 2nd Street, as well as Titans Way and Victory Avenue. You're still going to be able to get to those parking lots, though, if you're trying to park there for free, or if you're trying to park in those parking lots to go pick up your marathon badges at Music City Center, which you have to do before the race starts this weekend. You can still get there by Shelby Avenue, Interstate Drive, and Woodland Street. That's a look at your road closures. I'm going to send it back to Chris, who's on the rooftop of Nashville Underground.
Yeah, we got a great view here, not only of the draft stage, but of all of Lower Broadway, all the way down to 5th, as you said, Melanie. So I got to mention, too, the draft's not the only thing that's going on this weekend. Dierks Bentley and Tim McGraw will be on this stage tonight and tomorrow. There's also something going on at Bridgestone Arena, and there's a huge marathon. So for all the weekend events, we're going to kick it over to Rebecca Cardenas, who's hanging out at Nissan Stadium.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, we've got all kinds of fans in town. If NFL fans and Taylor Swift fans aren't enough, why don't we throw 30,000 running enthusiasts into the mix for the St. Jude Rock and Roll Marathon. That marathon finishes right here at Nissan Stadium, so they're thrown right into the draft experience with everybody else. It actually ends. The finish line is on the other side of the stadium here, but the NFL draft experience tells us that they're going to open up a little bit early tomorrow morning. The marathon starts at 7:15. They will open the draft experience in their bar for runners who want to get a drink after they're done at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Really accommodating those runners, making sure that they're a part of all of the other stuff that's going on downtown, which, speaking of which, Jimmy Buffett's in town this weekend. His concert is tomorrow night. That opens at 6 o'clock. The doors open at Bridgestone Arena. Sure to be a packed house. Just pile on even more people into downtown. And, of course, allow yourself some extra time if that's something that's in your plans tomorrow. A lot of traffic, a lot of people. You want to get there with some good time. And back to the marathon really quickly. We've got some merchandise to show you. Here's what the shirt looks like for runners this year. This is in particular for the half marathon runners. One of our producers picked this up at the convention center yesterday. And then this is the backpack that they're providing to their runners. Notice that it is clear. They did that intentionally so that any runners, when they're done, if they want to kick back and relax and hang out at the draft, this is the type of bag that you were allowed to bring. It must be transparent if you're down here. So they've gone ahead and accommodated our marathon runners here. Chris?
I mean, you're talking about some of the craziest fans. You got Jimmy Buffett parrot heads and you got NFL football fans. Only Nashville can bring the two of those together. I'll tell you what, it's shaping up to be a beautiful morning. The clouds are moving out here in downtown Nashville. We're your home to help you get through your NFL draft experience. So I want you to download the News 4 app if you're on the go today. Just go to the App Store, search WSMV. We'll help you navigate all of this. For now, Holly, we send it back to you.
So much fun. Hey, Chris, there's one more thing that starts even earlier tomorrow morning, the 5K race. That starts at 6:45, so we're going to have that many more folks downtown. It's going to be chilly, so dress warm. So much action. Chris, thank you. We're at 6:41, and right now, police are searching for two men who broke into several cars throughout the mid-state. Hendersonville police are looking for this man right here. Here's his picture. This is Carlton Cunningham. Investigators say Cunningham and another man broke into cars at Hendersonville Hospital, at Planet Fitness, and other places across town earlier this month. Well, police believe the men, along with them, they were all driving a black Chrysler 300. They say it was stolen out of Memphis. The car was later found by police. If you have any information on Cunningham or other suspects' whereabouts, police want to hear from you this morning. The father of the suspected Waffle House shooter says he's not guilty. Jeffrey Ranking pled not guilty on charges for giving firearms back to his son Travis. Well, police say those guns were used in last year's Waffle House shooting. Ranking is also facing several civil suits in the case. Some have already been settled. Jeffrey Ranking will be back in court in June. Check this out, folks. This morning you were looking at photos from the men and women keeping everyone safe in Nashville for the NFL draft. This photo comes from Metro Police Command Center. And here's another picture of Metro officers near the draft stage with thousands of NFL fans right behind them. Of course, a big thank you to these men and women out there who put their lives on the line every single day to protect us all. We appreciate all of you. Hey, we have a new report for you this morning that shows the back seat may be just as dangerous as the front. We're going to tell you what safety experts say right now are the best ways to keep you and your family safe the next time you're behind the wheel.
And as we go to break, here's a check of your latest drive times heading into Nashville this morning from those key areas. A lot of green on the map. That's what we like to see, but we do have some wrecks slowing us down. We'll talk about those coming up in your full forewarned traffic report next on News 4 Today.
Good morning, 6:46. New for you this morning. A woman is out of jail while facing charges for sex crimes against a minor. Dixon County authorities arrested Amy Gill on Thursday. She is being charged with sexual exploitation of a minor. Right now, we're working to learn more about the situation that led up to Gill's arrest. All right, this is big news this morning. A bill for school vouchers is now heading to the governor's desk. And it's very likely he will sign it since it was the governor's idea. The state Senate passed the governor's savings account initiative. So here's what that does. The bill allows $125 million to be taken out of public school funding and then used for other purposes, such as transferring schools.
It allows them an opportunity to have access to a quality education through this education savings account plan. It provides a choice for kids who otherwise have not had one, and for those who are in most need of a choice, those who are low income and failing schools.
Governor Bill Lee now has 9 days to sign that into law, or it will automatically become law. Here's that story we mentioned just before the break. A new study is sharing information that affects millions of us out on the roads. Researchers now say the backseat of a car is oftentimes more dangerous in a front impact crash than the driver's seat. Now, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety studied 117 crashes. This was where backseat passengers were killed or seriously injured. They found safety features up front don't always end up in the back of the car. Well, the Institute wants to point out child car seats are indeed safe in the back seat in most scenarios. Hey, we are working for you and looking ahead to the weekend. Here we go for your weekend. Shop for some bargains at the Nashville Flea Market. That's today through Sunday out at the Fairgrounds, Nashville. Admission is free. Parking, though, will cost you $5. And we've been talking about this one for your weekend. Lace up those running shoes and enjoy lots of live music as the 20th annual St. Jude Rock and Roll Nashville Marathon and Half Marathon gets started early tomorrow morning. Now, the race runs through streets of Music City, and it'll be lined with 28 stages. Bands will perform throughout the day. 7:15 a.m., by the way, is the start time for both the marathon and the half marathon. So, yeah, you take our huge crowd and add 30,000 more.
Right.
And that's what we're going to have tomorrow morning.
Yeah. You know, Melanie, I was telling Holly earlier, I had some serious FOMO looking out this morning, and I saw the crowd, and I was like, what did I miss?
I want to be there.
I know. It's so funny. I hate crowds like that, so I don't really have a desire to go down there. But when you see that and it's happening in your city, you're like, oh, it looks kind of fun, actually.
It makes me so happy to call Nashville home.
I know.
We love Nashville. All right. Now, sometimes you don't like our traffic, though.
That is true. That is true. I got a good update for you, though. This is out in Lebanon. We've been talking about this crash all morning where a FedEx truck ran off the road. Earlier, we had lanes blocked here. Well, crews are actually just going to come back after rush hour and tow away that FedEx truck here. It's on I-40. It was causing us some slowdown here in from Wilson County earlier. You can still see some lingering delays. It's going to be 40 westbound at Interstate 840. We're going to keep an eye on this for you, though, as it does get back underway around 9 o'clock or so when they start to tow that truck away. Back here in Nashville, still a crash working on 65 southbound where it meets up with I-24. This is just after the Trinity Lane exit. That clear time is 7 o'clock this morning. Several other secondary crashes around town, but your interstates, for the most part, still looking all right. Little slow going if you're heading in from Goodlettsville on I-65, about 15 minutes getting it closer to that 65-24 junction, and that is all back up from that crash on 65 at Trinity. We also look clear as you're coming in from Williamson County. 65 northbound is all on time coming in from Franklin, Cool Springs, and Brentwood. That's a look at the roads. Here's Laura with forewarned weather.
Hey, Melanie, thanks, and happy Friday. The weekend is officially here. A live look outside this morning. We're seeing a brighter sky, but those clouds are clearing on out. 60 degrees for the current temperature. Easy breezy. You'll certainly notice that the second you step out the door, so grab a jacket. I am tracking some leftover showers this morning. The way things stand, all this action is just east of 65 and won't amount to a whole lot. It's just enough to dampen the roads in a few locations. As you look farther off toward the east of Nashville, we do see some light rain showers extending from Noreen and Gladeville this morning. And then farther off toward the north, Lafayette, you're seeing some moderate rain in your backyard. Definitely want to hang tight with the rain gear, but you're not going to need it all day long. If you're hitting the road within the next couple of hours, look for clouds to clear on out. It'll be cooler by 7 o'clock at 57. We'll warm to 60 degrees by 8 o'clock. Driving on home, lots of sunshine out there, slight breeze and mild with temps in the upper 60s and low 70s. Any showers this morning will slowly fizzle on out. Look for bright sunshine for the rest of the day. Temps in the afternoon in the low 70s by 5 o'clock, 71 in Nashville. If you have any plans here this evening, we'll watch the wind relax, and you'll definitely want the nice warm jacket because temperatures will tumble back hard. We're not talking about frost tomorrow morning, but definitely a chill in the air with temps in the 40s and 50s by the end of the day. Increasing clouds, and we're not completely rain free. By 4 o'clock, a spot shower or two possible, but most of us will stay dry. We'll watch this clear out through the evening time period, and it's going to be a great night out on the town. Your forewarned 7-day forecast today, a high of 71, warming through the mid-70s for Saturday. Small chance for a spot shower here or there, but again, most of us will stay dry. Drying out through early Sunday morning, a touch cooler, but still pleasant with a high of 73. That summer sizzle will begin to build in early next week. By Tuesday, 85, and still rather toasty by Wednesday. Small chance of a few showers later on. By Thursday, scattered showers and storms, but still warm with highs in the 80s.
All right, enjoy this weekend, folks. Looking lovely, Laura. 6:52. Hey, it's what you need to know before you go this morning. We're going to tell you what the president and vice president are doing in Indianapolis today. That has lots of folks talking this morning. Stay with us. News for today. Back in just 2 minutes. Good morning, 6:55. Happening today, President Trump and Vice President Pence will attend the annual National Rifle Association convention in Indianapolis through the weekend. President Trump is scheduled to be the keynote speaker at this massive convention.
4 things you need to know about the weather. Any showers out there will come to an end. Cool and breezy this afternoon. A beautiful weekend. Can't completely rule out a spot shower or 2 tomorrow afternoon.
All right, and forewarned traffic as we get out to our accident map. We've got a lot of secondary crashes, but our only interstate crashes in North Nashville, I-65 southbound, just after the Trinity Lane exit. But for the most part, all of your drive time still looking great as you're heading into Music City this morning.
All right, what an incredible day ahead, folks. So much excitement continues to build downtown. Tossing it back to Chris and Cody. And yes, we got so much fun down there. Alexandria, too.
Yeah, you know, News for Today is working for you. We've got live team coverage all day long right here. So thanks for joining our crew on Lower Broadway. And from Rebecca Cardenas on Nissan Stadium, thanks for watching.